She walked into church screaming, then whispered a secret that no one could explain. The scream echoed through the sanctuary. Before the pastor could say his first word, the pianist stopped playing. The choir fell silent. Within seconds, parents were shielding their children, ushers were backing away, and frightened whispers spread across the room. "Don't go near her. She's dangerous. She must be possessed." Standing in the center aisle was a woman in a faded coat, clutching an old backpack so tightly that her knuckles had turned white. But then she did something no one expected. She looked across the sanctuary and called out one name: Martha. An elderly widow sitting in the third pew slowly stood. She had never seen the woman before. At least, that's what she believed. The stranger pointed directly at her. "I knew you would still be here." The room froze. Martha cautiously walked closer. "My dear, do I know you?" The woman smiled through tears. "You used to sing to me." Martha's face filled with confusion. "I've never met you." The stranger didn't argue. Instead, she unzipped her backpack and removed an old photograph. The edges were burned. The faces were faded. But one figure remained perfectly clear. It was Martha, looking 30 years younger. Someone in the congregation gasped. The photo had been taken in front of a building that no longer existed. Across the bottom, barely visible, were the words, "St. Agnes Children's Home, 1996. The pastor examined the picture. "Martha, were you ever there?" She hesitated, then quietly answered, "I volunteered there. Only once." The stranger slowly shook her head. "No, you came every Saturday." Martha's breathing became uneven. "I don't remember that." The woman's eyes filled with tears. "But I do." The pastor invited everyone to sit. No one moved. Every person in the sanctuary was desperate to know the truth. The stranger opened the photograph and revealed something hidden behind it. A folded piece of paper. Inside was a child's drawing. It showed a little girl holding hands with an older woman. Beneath a large wooden cross, written in crooked handwriting, were 6 words. "Promise you'll never leave me again." Martha stared at the drawing, then whispered, "I've seen this before." But she couldn't remember where. Just then, the oldest deacon in the church slowly stood. His voice trembled. "I remember the orphanage." Everyone turned toward him. There was a fire. He paused. The records were destroyed. "They told us every child had been rescued." The stranger interrupted him. "That wasn't true." The church fell silent again. "I waited in a storage room for 2 days. I kept listening for Martha. She never came." Several members of the congregation wiped away tears. Martha covered her mouth. "I would never abandon a child." The stranger nodded gently. "I know. You tried to come back. But someone stopped you." Confusion swept through the sanctuary. "Who?" the pastor asked. The woman reached into her backpack one final time. This time she removed a sealed envelope. Across the front, in faded ink, were the words, "To Martha Harrison, deliver only if I disappear." The handwriting belonged to the former director of the orphanage. Martha's hands shook as she opened it. Inside was a confession. Years earlier, the director had secretly transferred several children to distant institutions after the fire, believing it would avoid legal trouble and protect the orphanage's reputation. Volunteers, including Martha, had been told every child was safely reunited with family. It was a lie. The little girl had searched for Martha for years, and Martha had searched for the little girl. Neither knew they had both been deceived. The sanctuary was silent except for quiet sobs. Then the stranger smiled. "I never came here to blame you. I came because your kindness was the only good memory I carried through the darkest years of my life." Martha stepped forward and embraced her. The congregation watched as decades of grief dissolved into forgiveness. The pastor closed his Bible and quietly said, "Sometimes the enemy is not the person standing in front of us. Sometimes it is fear, assumptions, and the lies that keep broken people apart." The old photograph was passed from hand to hand. The burned edges remained. The missing years could never be recovered. But the promise written in a child's drawing was finally fulfilled. Martha did come back, not when either of them expected, but at exactly the moment hope needed to be restored. And that Sunday, the church discovered that the greatest miracle was not found in mystery or fear. It was found in truth, forgiveness, and a love that refused to let a forgotten soul remain forgotten.